Good morning and welcome back, guys. It is a little bit of a miserable day outside. It's about a 45-minute journey to the closest ramps that I want to fish around at the moment. And I thought, you know what, bugger it, I'm not going to go. It's a Sunday today and I didn't want to have to put up with all the weekend warriors. And then it turned out to be raining all morning, so I'm kind of glad I didn't make the effort. But we do have to replace a wheel bearing on my trailer, so that's what we're going to do this morning. I had to replace the other wheel bearing the other day. My dust cap came off the trailer probably about 8 months ago, and I went out and bought all the new gear to do it, and it broke on the way to the boat ramp probably 2 or 3 days before I was actually going to change it. So I had to do it at the boat ramp. Very easy process. I'm going to talk you through it today. We're going to do the other wheel because you want to do them both at the same time. And I'm about to use my trailer a lot more these days, so I really want to get this one done as well. Make sure they're both up to scratch, ready for a heap of traveling. First up, you'll need your bearings. If you don't know what type of axle it is, do a little bit of Google research, but mine is a Ford axle. So I've got the Ford axle bearings. Marine seal for the boat trailer, obviously. I've got the marine grease, premium wheel, bearing and marine. That's apparently the top-notch stuff, the Gulf Western oil. New dust cover. Some of you might have a Bearing Buddy, but I've just gone with the normal dust covers. You'll need a jack to jack your trailer up. That's the handle for the jack. Pliers, or these aren't pliers, but just something to bend out the pin. A hammer, a block of wood, a socket as well. I'm not sure what size it is yet because I haven't got the dust cover off, and last time I just used a shifting spanner, but you'll need a socket too for what's underneath here. So we're going to wheel the trailer out and start replacing the bearings. I'll talk you through it. First up, jack up the trailer. The trailer is all jacked up, so then we've got to take off the dust cover, give her a bit of a tap with the hammer. Oh, she still looks primo in there. The last one was cooked. I'm going to take off this little pin. Grab your pliers, and there's a little pin here. Once you got your pin out, then just grab your socket to undo the wheel. Remember to keep your pin to the side. Give that a bit of a clean ladder. So once you take your nut off, keep that with your pin. Should be a washer just here. This is the bearing, still in good nick. The last ones were absolutely cooked, but I'm going to keep these ones as a spare, give them a clean up. Take your wheel off, like so. And then you've got a rubber seal on the back here. There we go. Take your bearing off, your seal off the back. Grab your rag, clean up all your old grease so that there's no old grease left on there. Place all that old stuff with new stuff. So once you cleaned out your old one, you can see there's a bit of rust there, so I'll have to keep an eye on that. That's all the old stuff there, and we've got an old bearing still in the wheel here. So what you want to do is there's a little silver plate that keeps this big bearing in the back here, so we've got to knock that out. And we've got to remove all the old grease and see if there's any wear and tear. If it's all good, then we can go ahead and put the new bearings in. So just like that, you want to pop the old bearing out. I just used a screwdriver and just carefully knocked that out. Careful not to damage any of this because you don't really want it. This is still in really good nick, so we're going to keep that in there. So get all the old grease out. There's the old bearing there. Didn't damage that at all, so I'm going to keep that there as a spare. We'll clean that up. There's the old cap. I'm not sure if you can reuse that, but keep that over there as well. So make sure you get all your old grease out. The last one, the dust cap fell off, and the wheel lasted 8 months before the bearings gave out. It fell off on a long trip, so I didn't really want to just stick a dust cap back on there. So I kind of just let it play out because I just wanted to make sure that there was no grit and stuff in there. So I ended up just replacing it. So you want to check for any damage on these outer bearings. Like this is where your bearings roll. So you want to check for any damage. Mine are still in really good nick, so I'm not going to knock them out. If they are damaged, you have to knock them out with a screwdriver and you bang the new ones in. Check the back one as well. So absolutely no damage or dents in where your bearing's rolling. Grab your new bearings, open them up. So you got, that's the front one, that's the back one. You've got your seal for the one that holds the bearing in the back there. You got that seal, so that has to be knocked in. There's your new seal. That just clips over there like so. Put that on. Now we're just going to pack out the bearings. So get your marine grease. There's the grease inside there. This is the front bearing. We should do the back one first. Back one first because I'm going to put that on. Front one goes on last. So what you do, get a big blob of grease. You want to put that on your hand like so. And you just want to take little bits of the grease at a time until it oozes out the top there. So you just want to take little bits of the grease at a time until it oozes out the top. See how it's oozing out the top there? So grab this bit here, put that back on there. And you just want to work around your bearing till you've got it all oozing out the top. There you go. So it's a little bit messy, so make sure you've got a rag. So once you've got all the grease packed into the bearing, a little bit of excess grease around the edges isn't going to hurt anyone. So we're going to put that back into the wheel. So put the new bearing in the back of the wheel. And then your next step is to bang this on. Grab your lump of wood and your hammer. So just knock that on. New thing is knocked in, that's all flush. Flip that over, and we'll do the front bearing. Just gonna pack a little bit of extra grease in. Same process for the front bearing. Grab your grease, put it on your hand, and just slowly work away at it. Front one's all done. Couldn't have picked a better day to do this. Absolutely pouring rain. Front one's all done. Gonna stick that in there like so. Pack a little bit of extra grease around there. Once you've got it all packed in and both are in, and you've got plenty of grease in and around there, put your washer back on, like so. Then your nut for your wheel. So you want to tighten her up, but then you have to take it back to where the pin can go through, so that has to line up like so. Check that the wheel's moving freely. Chuck your pin in, bend her up. Then you want your new dust cover. And you want to just slowly just knock that in. And Bob's your uncle. Your wheel bearing is replaced. So I'm just cleaning the old bearings with a little bit of kerosene to clean them up. And I'm going to use these as spares because these ones are still in really good nick. The other ones were totally cooked. Got them all clean. That's what I used to use to clean my bike chains up. So I'm going to put these in the car as a spare, just in case one of the wheels goes. Going to be on the road a fair bit, always good to have a spare. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed it, give it a big old thumbs up. Sorry for the weather. It's now just turned it back on again. It's as quick and easy as that.